The Volvo EX30 has officially been unveiled in South Africa, and it's been one of the most highly anticipated Volvos to come out in a very, very long time. And with Volvo's intentions on being a completely electric automaker in the near future, this car shows that they are not messing around. And it's a beautiful car to look at. From its high waistline, sloping bonnet, floating contrast roof, to those lights in the front that are digital, animated, and give you a little wink when you get a bit closer to your car. It's those small things that make you fall in love with a car. It's going to be made available in 5 different colors with 3 different wheel options. And you've got to love a car that's got great wheel fitment because those wheels fill those arches perfectly. And yes, those wheels do have lug nuts. They're just hidden behind a plastic cover, almost like a hubcap, but there is an actual alloy wheel there. And then coming around the back of the car, you'll see you've got some EX30 badging, which is just here on the top, as well as the continuation of some beautiful 3D LED lighting at the back here. That's digital, just like the one in the front, so you do get some cool animations when you approach the car. And then some important information. What is this car going to cost and what are the different variants that you can get? And because there's a lot to tell you about now, I'm going to put it on screen so you guys can have a quick look. But I will mention that the EX30 Ultra Twin Motor Performance sells from 995,900, has a 69 kilowatt hour battery, 315 kilowatts, 543 newton meters, 460 kilometers of range, and will hit 100 k's an hour in 3.6 seconds. That is insane. That is supercar speeds for under R1,000,000. Jeez, Volvo, what are you guys doing? Who upset you so much? And then stepping on the inside of the Volvo EX30, you're going to be welcomed by modern simplicity, incredible build quality, and a layout that we're only used to seeing in electric cars overseas. It's also made up of various recycled materials, so this is a very eco-friendly car. Not only does it not use fuel, but where something could be made from recycled material, they did it. The leather steering wheel feels great. I'm not a big fan of these touch sensitive buttons. As you guys would know if you watch my videos, there's no speedometer, but there is a huge, massive infotainment tablet in the center here. And it controls almost everything in the car. Everything gets managed through this big screen. And it also shows your speed because there's no speedometer. And as I said, the build quality is amazing and the recycled materials used feel very high quality. That is a soundbar, which I'll speak to in a second. And then looking down at the center console, you've got a very complicated armrest. Not only do you rest your arm on it, but it's also got an integrated cup holder, window switches, door locks, and everything like that. Down here, you've got storage, 2 slots to charge your phones wirelessly, which I think is quite cool for you and your passenger. Oh, and did I mention that the cup holders actually extend further in and out? Watch this. In, out. Yes, that was a lot of fun to play with, and I know I am a child. Okay, now moving on to the seats. These seats give off Tesla like I've never seen before. No, literally, I've never seen a Tesla before. Regardless, these are super premium seats. They look good, they feel good. The materials used don't feel like they're recycled or anything like that. They feel very, very high quality. And of course, it's got a full-length panoramic sunroof. As I mentioned, the inside is made of recycled materials. As you can see here, you've got this speckled type of material. We also still couldn't decide if these door handles were metal or not. Maybe that's a good thing. But I love the attention to detail. These fans look really, really cool. They look modern. They look like they're from a spaceship, including this gear selector. Not that it is a gear selector, more like a drive selector. Then everything to operate your indicators and lights and wipers, all from the stalks here. And then stepping into the back of the Volvo EX30, the space is actually okay. I was a little bit tight in there when I did take a seat, but I mean, it's expected. It's not a very big car. And then this is just going to give an indication of what the different interiors look like, as I did get the option to see these too. And then something cool I noticed in the storage here in the back is that you can see all the way through to the front, but this little drawer does actually come all the way out. And there's a little Easter egg on here, and if you look on the side, you'll see the moose. Yep, this is just a fun Scandinavian symbol. It's just a moose. But overall, it's a very beautiful interior. It's minimalist, it's modern, it's everything we expect from a full-blown new EV from Volvo. And because it's an EV, there's no engine up front, but there should be at least a front trunk, or some sort of storage, because if it's a new EV built from the ground up, they generally take that into consideration. And I'm just going to keep talking now so that you don't take note that it took me forever to figure out how to open this bonnet, because I'm looking for a latch, but there isn't actually a latch. So yes, I did feel a bit silly when I eventually figured out that you just have to lift it. Well done, Greg. And then once you open it, yes, there it is. The all famous frunk. And if you open it up, you'll see that it actually just looks like a cooler box. So if you go into a bra, chuck some drinks in and some ice and you're good to go. And some additional storage looking at the actual trunk. Now if you click this button here, it'll open up and will reveal to you all of the storage made available to you in this EX30. Now if you lift up the cargo shelf, you will see that the space is okay. It's not as deep as what you would expect or would like it to be, but the difference here is that if you do lift up the floor, you get some extra space back there. And I'm going to guess it's about 20 centimeters deep. But if you do lift up the floor, you've got a lot more space than what you would have had if you kept it up. So that's quite cool. Lots of space in the back here. And because it's a modern Volvo, everything is digital, including the key. Now this is just a physical version so that you've got it, but otherwise you will use your phone to unlock the car. I also took the opportunity to look at some different trim levels and to see what other interiors look like. So the various colors and things that you are able to pick from. But then going back to the soundbar, they had an entire station here for you to check out how awesome this car sounds. And now it's the first car in the world to have an actual soundbar, and it's made by Harman Kardon, so they aren't stuffing around here. They are making an epic soundbar. It sounds incredible, and it's also great because you can watch YouTube and listen to music through the sound, and it absolutely thumps. It sounds great. But with all of the tech and technology, you do need to make sure that everything is going to run perfectly. And they're able to do that by running the most powerful Qualcomm Snapdragon chip. Oh my gosh. And because it's a Volvo, it needs to be safe and be the safest out there. So I'll list all of the main safety features that I noticed on screen right now for you guys to have a look at. So that's it from the local reveal of the EX30 in South Africa. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please probably drop a like below, and to see more automotive content, please subscribe. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.